I'm back. And yeah, I had a stomachache, so I left. Mm, mm. Hmm? You know what? Fun fact, one of the names of the songs from Minecraft is called Axolotl. And this song was made before Axolotls came out. Another three songs, this is one of the ocean songs. Another one is Shunji and Dragonfish. So, could we get Dragonfish in Minecraft? Who knows? I don't know. Every time I listen to the song Dragonfish, I get reminded of my nuclear power plant, the Energen plant that I built in the other world. Dude, that other world is so good. Might take a little bit to... May not look the best, but hey, fill space. I like simplistic things, you know? I like simplistic buildings. Mm. Mm -mm. Mm -mm -mm. Mm -mm. Hi. Pretty fine. Nope. There it is. Okay, how to make a boiler. Boof. Boof, boof. What is a boiler, you may ask? Boilers are usually in... I think my favorite food item would probably have to be the Texas Roadhouse bread roll. God, I love those things. Boilers are used in large buildings. They heat water and turn it into steam. That's how most buildings get their heating. Hi. I like trains. Yes. Boiler. I'm gonna put one more boiler in here. My other old boilers used to look awful. I think these look better. Plus, the copper really seals it in, since usually a lot of boilers like this, well, steam boilers, are built. Actually, old trains have coal, and they ran a similar boiler like these. So this is almost like a train boiler, but instead of boiling water for trains to convert thermal energy into torque, they use this energy to make it into AC. What the hell? That's weird. Or not really AC. The other opposite end spectrum to boilers are coolers that chill the water down to frigid temperatures and use it to make cold AC. So cold water and AC. And then, I know I kind of copy paste like this, but yeah. And you put little computers, typey thingies, whatever. Keyboard right here. Now we built the coolers. Or chilling units. Not anymore. Last time I played it was like in December of last year when I got bored and I was getting ready to hold back on content. That way, when the year passed, I'd start streaming. Which I'm trying to get back to. After my second fight, successful fight, may I ask, with COVID, I'm ready to get back on the road. A bunch of streaming errors. I don't play it anymore. I don't really care for Fortnite anymore. It failed me, so I'm gonna fail it. Sorry. I used to play Fortnite a lot, especially in the first chapter, especially during season... What's it called? Especially during season 5 of chapter 1. Those are the good old days. No COVID, not a lot of homework. Still pretty fairly young, in middle school. But sadly, I had to move on. Luckily, I have streaming, you guys, and just me. And also, I got me, myself, and I. Okay, yep. I'm feeling that there's people that are wanting me to stream because I'm starting to get a little bit popular now. 5 people. Oh man, trust me, back in the other seasons of Fortnite, nobody was a sweat ass, dude. Oh my god, everybody just sweats so damn hard. How do you make these things go for a lot longer? You know what? I've brewed potions, I've killed the Wither a few times, I've literally killed the Ender Dragon. Never experimented with rockets. Do you like put gunpowder in it to like make it go longer? I'm a complete noob. Like I'm a titan at industry in this game, noob at fireworks. I never make fireworks. I just make them for Elytra's in the few worlds that I do. I am awful at them. I think I still have. I'll just wait till you see TA Tower. If you like Horizon Zero Dawn, you'll probably get how I'm referencing the top of my tower. Okay, it doesn't look like, and these two things, like right here and there, do not do anything. But, it's actually called a Perimeter Defense Arc, or a PDA. And, well, I'll let you watch what happens when a phantom flies too close to my tower. Give it a second. Hi. I'm just letting the viewers watch my PDA system. No, that doesn't mean public. That doesn't mean personal, like, detector? Pocket? So, I don't know. This means perimeter defense arc, which means that because I got. Oh, shoot, it happened. Oh, there it is. If you actually look back, the phantoms that spawn near my tower and go near it, it will. There goes another one, see? It gets zapped by the perimeter defense arc, and it kills it almost instantly. Yeah, it kills it instantly. Ready? Listen, careful. I know, it just spawns. See, look, yeah, I'll summon the. Oh my god, calm down, calm down. Okay, I succumb. I succumb. See, watch. How far did this go? Did I put it at a range of like? Oh, now he's doing fine. Get in. Yes! Oh, that never gets old. They don't come anywhere near my tower without getting hit by the arc. It's awesome. And you know what the good thing is? You can place them either pointing up or pointing down, since, you know, it's like that. Here's what they look like. Here's a secret. I'll pull the curtains away. This scans for any mob you want in a radius of 100 blocks. Then, that damages the phantom for much damage, which we are damaging it for 25, and it's not doing anything. Then, after that, it plays the firework thing, only if it kills them, which is actually good, because then if you'll know if it works if you hear the boom sound of it popping it and arcing, and shoots the invisible arc of electricity towards the phantom, killing it and rendering it dead. And they, of course, they are also the bane of my existence, causing me to want to commit genocide against all phantoms. Yes, that's it. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for your support. I like you. Bark, bark. Oh, there's so many people watching. Thank you. Ever since I've gotten 150 subs, I've just noticed that I'm becoming really popular. No idea what you're asking. My password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC. And my... God, did I seriously just... And my username is tryhard TikTok sweat idiot loser 69. This kid asked me to delete my Minecraft world, so I backed it up and I deleted the old copy. I'm like, well, did you know that I could do that? Bucks. Do you want free Bucks? I can't. Hi. I exist. I'm not even gonna be able to cram a tower at the other end of this place. You're not gonna believe this, but you're gonna have to take it. Let's see, 17 years old, 24 days, and 23 hours. Birthday was only 24 days ago. I am 17. There's people that sound more older than me. I'm like, hey guys, what is your age? And on my Minecraft servers I play in, and they're like, oh, do you sound older than me? But I'm the eldest of this server. Like, what? Really? I mean, I can be like, I can get my voice like this. I could sound like a child, like a really, really young, like 12-year-old, but I can really sound like this. I think I talk so fast sometimes that I sound like a prepubescent person. No problem with that. God forbid anybody would grief this building. Sandstone is the worst thing to have if you don't like people griefing your building. What is sandstone? I have sandstone, or I had a piece of sandstone from real life. And, well, the stuff literally crumpled into powder. Slowly, though. Sandstone is not a structurally stable... Let's see, stone... It's called stone Minecraft. What is the blast resistance of stone? Blast resistance is 6. How about deep slate? What is deep slate's blast resistant? 6. How about sandstone? Probably like 2. I'm gonna guess 2. Hold on. Blast resistance. What is its blast resistance? Smooth is 6. All others is point. Wow, that's awful. Its splash resistance is .8, but it's smooth. It's literally like stone. Fine, egg. I gotta go back to the water to have babies. God, I love Bill Wirtz. Hey, I can go up on land, but I have to go back in the water to have babies. Something's alive in the ocean. That's land. Taste the sun. I love doing that. I love that video. The history of the world, I guess. Monkey? Did you just say monkey? I'm weird. I'm a weird person. Hey, you gotta realize that. Monkey. You wanna hear a joke? Monkey COVID. Monkey pox. Oh boy. COVID. I've literally killed 1 million people in the United States. Monkeypox. Hold my beer. I can't. Not funny, but I think I am. Monkey! Reject humanity or return to monkey? Hmm? Oh, brother, I love that meme. Reject humanity, return to monkey. I could say it really good. Monkey? Monkey? God, I have no idea what's happening in my chat. Bye. Have a good day. There's no way in hell I'm making a building right there. Wait, well, maybe I can. Maybe I can just squeeze it a little bit. You know, squeeze a little building in there. I can't make the... I really want to make a town after this city, probably called, like, Hawkington. And it'll be, like, you know, almost like Hawkins from Stranger Things, but it's, like, the most futuristic city in the country. If I had to say where the country is set in, this one is, it's probably set in, like, the 2030s, 2030s, 2040s era. Slightly futuristic, but still kind of modern. That's what my universe would be set in. It's the 2030s or 2040s. Apteria would probably be founded in, it'd probably take place in like 2041. I kind of have a miniature universe, but I haven't really shared it a whole lot. It needs to be developed. Dog is being annoying. I want to make this kind of deserty, you know what I mean? Monkey is back. I wonder how I'd make a pink tower. That one's yellow, that one's orange, that one's brown. There's one behind it that's cyan. That's lime. No, you can't just put the Y in that. You can't do that. Uh-uh. Sandstone. Now you can... No. Sandstone, the most environmentally devastating block to obtain. Because your friend went to the desert and completely stripped it down to stone. Mm, 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 mm. Let's do a test. I want to do an experiment. Let's myth bust this. Apparently, smooth sandstone, according to the Wikipedia, is more stronger in blast resistance than normal stone, like this. Alright, let's find out. Looks like contrary. Maybe it's a Java edition. It'll probably say that if it's on the Wikipedia. It has GE only. I don't know. I don't know. However, both are not really the best at resisting explosions. And if you want to resist it, switch to something strong like obsidian. If you cannot afford obsidian, or in large quantities, and you can go to the end, go grab yourself some endstone. Endstone is hella blast resistance. Sandstone gives me OG vibes. Oh, it's 1,000 days of... Aww. Minecraft Hard Record, 1,000 days. God, Luke Nibble's awesome. Oh my god, I love this commercial.
Concerns about our no-shells ads very seriously. Then what's that? Is that how people eat those? I'm going in.
Oh, there's one where it's like, he flips the entire bowl of pistachios.
We're still offering great special financing.
Voluntary breeder. Just know that this is not how you want to construct one, and I learned that the hard way. That night I decided to explore some nearby caves. Not only did I find an abandoned mine shaft, but I also found a zombie spawner. So needless to say, I also spent all of Pi Day down in the mines. Day 315 was spent consolidating my servants into one factory. There aren't that many of them. It didn't take that long. That night I did a drive-by and a pillager captain to get the bad omen effect. And now it's raid time on day 316. Of course,
Oh, I don't know.
Turmoil to the desert town.
Hopefully.
That first town that I found that I don't care about anymore. There's one single villager in this town, and as long as he doesn't die, I'll win the raid, so I'll keep him safe. The raid lasted well into the night of day 317, but because it was a level 1 raid, it wasn't that hard. I got the victory. When you defeat a raid, you become the hero of the village. That's what that icon in the top right of my screen indicates. When you're the hero of the village, you get discounts in the store, so every glass pane I sell to these cartographers makes me more profit. My hero status lasts for about 2 or 3 days, so of course that's all I'm going to be doing.
2 days, 40 minutes.
Anymore, so it was back to shoveling, and, that was it. I shoveled all day. I was just going back to the pillager outpost on day 321 when I fell in a hole. I was fine. I was mostly worried about Warthog. I got him out, but it took all night. Horses and caves just don't go together. Well,
Oh my god, I remember when I rode a horse into a ravine on accident. It was sand covered, and when I rode onto it, a skeleton shot it, I think, and it started eroding, and I just nicked the side and saved my horse while that skeleton fell and died.
I didn't want to push my luck here, so I ran away. For the time being, I was able to go back home and make a resupply, which was much needed. Then I realized I only had 4 diamonds to my name and couldn't even make a helmet, so I decided to hit the mines. And somehow, just by mining, I became the hero of the village. That's weird, but I'll take it. And now with my upgraded public image, I went straight back to profiting. And I mean, can you blame me? Look at those ants. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but this cat's been following me for a few days. I can't stop it. Day 326, the exchange rates for the cartographers are getting absolutely horrible. They're charging me way more now, even though I'm the hero. I'm fairly certain it's because I'm selling them mountains of glass. I should probably calm down here for a couple days. And
Yeah, you should.
I built the wall in the desert, but I wasn't recording. I made it out of sandstone. I thought it was fitting. There's still a lot more to do. All of day 328 I spent lighting up the wall. Wasn't recording again on day 329. All I did was line the wall with cacti. I thought it would help keep zombies away. It doesn't. Still gotta find ways to keep myself busy, so on day 330 I built a farm. I mean, how am I gonna be a big fat cat glass tycoon if I can't control the local food production? Day 331 I went back to the abandoned mine shaft. I had nothing else to do. It was a fairly productive day that ended with a bunny suicide. I'm still waiting for the markets to stabilize on day 332, but I found diamonds, so there's that. And after a long day of mining in day 333, I realized on the way back that I walked over some diamonds. Day 334, I spent all day just trying to grab a second horse. It's harder than it looks. This one's not as good as Warthog, but he'll do. And if he dies, I won't be sad. Day 335, I'm setting up farms for beets, potatoes, and carrots. At this point, I had never successfully made a villager breeder, and I read that multiple types of food can help. And at night, I checked
Brett can help breed villagers. It's best to put the villagers in an area with beds. How villagers work is that they'll only breed if they, 1, have food, 2, have doors that have a block on top, and if those doors are exposed to sunlight, not through glass. Actually, no, through glass can actually do it. I actually made a villager breeder with one that had glass, and it worked. It worked pretty good. 3, if there's enough beds, and if 4, I don't know if I said enough food, but yeah, there has to be enough beds. If there's not enough beds for the villagers to occupy, the villagers will not breed.
This war took several days, mostly because I had to run away several times. I took so long, the raid was no longer active. But the raiders didn't despawn, so I still had to kill them. So even after killing all the raiders, it took so long that I wasn't even a hero. Yeah, no profits for me today, just back to shoveling. I'm still shoveling on day 341, but I'm telling you, I'm going to turn this sand into emeralds. And at night, I lit up the surrounding area. As you can see, there's tons of zombies in these parts. This should be the last day of profits for a little bit. I'm getting very close to my goal, which I'll talk about tomorrow. Oh, look, it's tomorrow. Time to set up this beacon. This is what I needed all
Oh, okay. You need like roughly about 1,400 emeralds to make an emerald.
The beacon allows you to choose from a variety of powers that all just make life easier. And hey, it's just kind of pretty to look at, especially at night. Unfortunately, the beacon's power can't reach me down in the mine, but that doesn't matter because I
actually discovered that when I was making a mine. I actually, like the beacon, you have to have it like, you know, you have to have it below. If this is the beacon, it's only going to power everything from like right here. It's not going to power anything lower. If you put it at the bottom of your world, it'll basically give you the effect anywhere.
I also spent some time terraforming the land, so there's literally only one way up to my position. Oh, and of course I'm putting a lava trap on the only way up. It's definitely not perfect, but I'm getting somewhere. Again, this whole system's totally ugly, but there's only one villager living in this town, and he's stuck in his house by my order. I also had to completely change the way the lava's delivered on day 315. I think a piston system will work a little better. And by the end of this day, I have to resort to using dirt, but I think it's done. So bright and early on day 351, I went back over to L-Town to resupply for war. And it took all night, but eventually I did get the bad omen effect. The traps work okay. Honestly, the best part is I can stand above the pillagers and shoot them with my bow now. The stairway lava trap is by far the most deadly, and it's super helpful when pillagers spawn inside my wall. But it's not perfect. Sometimes pillagers spawn inside my house, and there's not much I can do about that. But
I hate when that BS happens.
The raid and ate some cake. Even though I'm a hero now, day 354 was mostly just chores. I'm gonna feed these carrots to my villagers. They've got plenty of food, plenty of beds, but they're still not breeding. I don't know why. I added
You need doors that need to be exposed to sunlight. And I think they need to be accessible.
That's very important. It took all day, but I built a giant totem. I'm getting a large amount of totem of undyings from all these raids I'm doing, so I'll need a proper place to store them. And now I have a new goal, to fill this chest to the brim with totems. The next 2 days were spent on a level 3 raid that I completed without much incident. I didn't get as many totems this time, mostly because they were incinerated, but that's fine. At least I won the raid. Even with my level 3 discount, though, I couldn't make that much profit because I didn't have enough cartographers to sell my glass to. I figured I could do something with this glass surplus and started construction on an aquarium. By the next day, the aquarium was getting there, but all I have is salmon. I need something more exotic. Short trip to the ocean will fix that. I didn't get back until the next day, but now I have a bustling aquarium. And the best part is you can walk along the inside of it to get a nice view of the fish. I think Warthog likes it. Anyway, back to business with some more raids. Like most raids, this one took 2 days, and the lava did most of the work. This is also the day I took the screenshot for the 300 Days World Tour, which is why you see a beacon in there. Now today is day 365, which means we've made it 1 year in hardcore Minecraft. And I celebrated with a cake, served on a diamond platter. This will be a relic for all time. Day 366, I didn't do much during the day, but at night I went out looking for zombie villagers. I need more cartographers or librarian.
I've cured almost 100 villagers in my one world.
But after some fishing, I got an idea. Yep, I'll be making an AFK fish farm. I'm giving up on getting a mending book from a villager. I have no idea how this works. I totally really looked it up on Google. I was lusting for that mending book so hard I fished for all of day 369. Don't worry, there'll be other 69s. I kept it going all of day 370 just for good measure. I wasn't recording for the first part of day 371, but I put a glass enclosure around the fish farm. Oh, and I just let it go. I'm pretty sure I went bowling with my dad, Torzen Mater, while this was happening. Still going on 374. Yeah, still bowling on 375. Probably driving home on day 376. Nope, false alarm. Whole nother day. Day 378, I got to check the loot though, and I got one
He
mending.
actually let himself go AFK. That would be gut-wrenching for me.
Getting an elytra with mending. I was also able to get a bow with mending, but it was on severely low health. I'll just fix it up with the farm, no problem. That's probably the last of the fish farming I'll do, though. It didn't feel honorable. And as you can see, all of day 379 was spent mining obsidian, and that was pretty much it. I also got a nice shot of my base's skyline. Now I'm going to be putting that obsidian to good use and started construction on a nether highway. Every block in the nether is 8 blocks in the real world, so I can really travel with this thing. Sure, it's dangerous business making one of these things, but when it's done, it'll be totally worth it. I was down in the nether for a total of 3 days, and mined until my pickaxe was just about to give out. But after a short resupply, I was back in business on day 384. I really wouldn't recommend doing this without an elytra. There were many times where I fell, but the elytra saved me. I mined for all of day 386 and all of day 387. Now this highway goes 2,000 blocks, or 16,000 blocks in the real world. I needed a little break from mining, so day 388 I decided to go back to conflict. Day 389 I did the raid, and I hardly had to think. My traps are very effective. And now because my pickaxes have mending, I can fix them by selling glass panes to the cartographers. So not only do I profit, but I fix my tools. Day 390 I did some more work on that zombie spawner I found a while ago. And at night I found a zombie villager. I had plans to turn him into a librarian until a creeper killed him. To cheer myself
Oh my god, I feel that. I've had
all day
them get
391.
killed by
Day
stupid
392, I went
creepers.
back to the desert outpost to start a conflict that never needed to happen in the first place. With my wall and traps, the raids are very easy. The only difficult part is trying not to burn all the items I need. I never came close to dying, but only got 2 totems because the rest were burned in lava. And would you look at that, it's time for another raid. Honestly, I was just having a lot of fun burning all these guys. Of course, I laid waste to the pillagers and gained 5 more totems of undying. The
Ooh.
chest is getting pretty full now. Day 396, I made some really quick profits at the desert town before going back to what I love to do most. One thing I'm really trying to do here is get the efficiency of this pillager spawner up. I want to find a way to get Bad Omen more effectively. One thing that really helped was putting little half slabs around the whole thing, so any pillagers that spawned would almost instantly see me and come towards me. So by sunset on day 397, I was already started on another level 3 raid. This time I had some issues.
How many levels of raids are there?
Where I needed them to. I also had some trouble with the Vex. Here my totem saved me, thankfully. It was a rough night, but the lava mopped him up and I got the victory. Day 399, I installed a landing pad at the trap control room. Now if I'm in a pinch or there's Vex on me or anything that can happen during a raid, I can easily land at the top of the traps. And by nighttime, I was back to making more blood money. Oh wow, it's day 400.
Blood money.
I have nothing planned. Sounds like a perfect excuse to do another raid. I spent all of day 400 just trying to kill one pillager captain, but couldn't do it. Fortunately, I got one on day 401. But again, even after an entire day of killing pillagers, I only got to Bad Omen 2. I'm starting to kill so many pillagers, these ominous banners are really starting to clog up my chests. But hey, I still need more totems, so we're right back at it. The raid didn't end until nighttime on day 403. But I netted 6 totems, and as you can see, the chest is getting pretty filled up. And what did you think was going to happen on day 404? This one was a very interesting day. I got Bad Omen 3 insanely quickly, then went right over to Raid Town and completed the raid within the day.
Oh, so you can change it with, Oh, so what happens if you do, like, Bad Omen? What happens if you do Bad Omen 225?
But at this point, I'm 5 totems away from getting a full chest. I'm excited. And with my hype levels at an all-time high, you gotta know I went straight back to raiding. And by nighttime on the next day, I flew away with total victory. You know, the entire point of this series is to never die, and I think I've done a pretty good job at securing that here. I had more than enough totems, so I decided to dive bomb in the ground to use up 1. Alright, there's 10 days to day 420, so I'm gonna start burning them trees right now. After what feels like eons in conflict, it might be a little fun to spend some time on vanity. I'm building one swanky joint to spend day 420 in. It's gonna take a whole 10 days. So yeah, the next couple days I'll be working on the cool shack, and today I'm working on the pool. Though on day 412, in the process of trying to create a fire feature, I almost burned down more of the forest. Day 413, we're getting there. This pool's starting to look pretty classy, and by nightfall I was pretty much done with the lavish quartz entryway. Day 414, I spent all day trying to get these 4 horses back to L-Town. It wasn't easy, but I did it. Day 415, I started converting one of these old villager houses into something very special. It's a nice horse-sized house in L-Town for someone I care very dearly about.
Nice, I like how he's building now.
Some rose bushes with Warthog. I didn't tell him why. And then I brought him over to his new house. He's definitely earned it. I think he really likes it. I don't know what I would do if Warthog died, so I'm retiring him. He's gonna live here happily for the rest of his days. He's living better than most of the villagers in this land. He's even got a food dispenser. And his groupies are always close by. Sure, I'll miss him, but I know he's happier here. And I can always visit. Day 417, I went back to the main camp for supplies and got the bright idea of breeding the cats. It was a horrible mistake. I just gave up trying to get them all back into the cage, so now they'll just sit around the compound scaring away creepers and phantoms. And I also started converting the dirt roads in L-Town to granite. I wasn't recording for day 418, but I built this awesome observation deck. It's got a great view of L-Town. I also tried to build an auto pumpkin farm. I really doubt it's gonna work. And tomorrow's day 420, so I gotta make sure to stock up on that white stuff. As soon as I woke up on day 420, I started burning hella trees. You don't understand. I burnt down a whole ecosystem. Then, of course, I watched the sunset from my observatory. And at night, I went into the green room and started burning that sweet berry kush. I mean bush. I meant to say bush. Well, after all that, I deserve to go straight to hell. I got more tunneling to do. I've already gone 16,000 blocks, and I'm trying to get 16,000 more. I guess I haven't really talked about why I'm making this nether highway in the first place. I'm trying to find a woodland mansion, and they're generally very far away. And after
Yeah,
some
look on
days
Chunk
of playing
Base.
Netherrack, I was fairly close to the mansion. There's also a jungle over here, which is...
See that I have two really big monitors on here, as well as my tower, which by itself weighs like 50 pounds. Uplift desk can handle up to 355 pounds of weight.
That's actually kind of cool how she just put the two curved monitors next to each other.
I had to spend all of day 425 going back home, though. I've got to resupply before I can take on the mansion. And I had to spend all of day 426 going back. Woohoo! Got back at sunrise on day 427 and immediately started lighting up the roof of the mansion. The mansion is full of pillagers, and I want to make sure I have at least one safe place to go to. I carved my way into this bedroom, and this will be my safe zone. Of course, the entire rest of the mansion is infested with pillagers. The mansion is very large, so clearing it is a very tedious process. Essentially, you just have to kill all the monsters and light up the rooms. There's some really nice rooms in this thing. If I was lazy, I'd build a home here. I'm personally a fan of the dungeon. It looks real cozy. Anyway, I was slow and methodical about the whole mansion clearing process, like everything else I do in this series. The biggest thing you gotta watch out for are the evokers. They'll spawn the Vex if you don't kill them quickly. And in these tight passages, you definitely don't want Vex on you. By day 429, I was fairly certain I had killed all of the pillagers in the mansion. There were a couple more mobs spawning, but I think that's just because of the dark spots. So I spent the rest of the day lighting it up.
Yeah, that happens.
Touches is my property. Day 430, I realized there was a small swamp town right near the mansion. So, of course, I spent all day locking the inhabitants inside of their own houses. I had to horse my way back home on day 431, though. I need more supplies. And I've been meaning to name my new primary horse. I'm gonna call him Mongoose. I also got an achievement for rubbing myself up against a honey block. It was pretty easy. Of course, all of day 433 was spent going back to the mansion. However, most of my time is gonna be spent in the swamp town. I'm making a massive villager breeder, just to test some theories that I have. I'm thinking the reason my desert breeder isn't working is because the height of the ceiling, and I'm testing that theory here. And after 3 days of hard labor, I consolidated all of the villagers in the swamp town. I went back home real quick to grab some carrots to feed them. I spent most of day 438 traveling through the nether, so when I got back to the villagers, they were too tired to breed. And yes! I've done it! A child! It was definitely the size of the roof holding me back. I'm pretty sure the children have to be able to jump on the beds for the villagers to breed. And now that I'm done experimenting on the swamp people, I can go back home. The only footage I have for day 441 is some AFK fish farming. Just a little bit. Day 442, I started chopping spruce trees for a new project. Yep, that's all I did all day. I'm gonna need some large wood. All of that wood's gonna be used on this massive road project. I'm gonna try to connect my main compound to the desert town. The old road was truly abysmal, and I've been ashamed of it for many moons. This road will be much thicker, and in turn more beautiful. However, that also means it's going to take up more resources, so I'm already back to chopping. I'm still chopping on day 445, but day 446 I'm doing the opposite of chopping. And you can already tell this road is pretty nice.
Damn.
I wasn't recording for the first part of day 447, but now I have another dog. I was also able to get the road all the way to a birch forest. So now I'm going to start making the road out of birch trees. At night I bred this new dog with the dog I don't talk about. Maybe eventually I'll have a dog army. Day 448 I started on the birch section of the road. If I can get through this forest, I'll be at the edge of the desert, which is what I wanted in the first place. Still not there yet, but tonight I decided to sleep in the birch shack. For old time's sake, more of the same on day 449, just placing some birch wood. And by day 450, I've touched down at the desert. Though honestly, I'm getting a little tired of building roads. I think for now this is good. It's a nice road that goes all the way to the desert outpost. This was all really just an excuse to get more shots of my base's skyline. My elytra is just about to break though, and on day 451 I tried to heal it. Though I'm telling you, this mob farmer's just super slow. I may have fish farmed. I didn't want to, but I had to. I mean, in theory, I could sit here for 1,000 days and just AFK fish. But I'm sure you guys want to see some action. That means it's time for some action-packed
Diamonds.
I still don't have mending on my armor, so I have to use diamonds to fix it. It's quite the drag. By the end of the day, I got 21 diamonds. Not bad. Day 454, I built an auto furnace. I'm going to convert all the cobblestone I'm getting from mining to a nice smooth stone. I actually built 2 auto furnaces. I think they look kind of nice. Later, I stood in the rain, thinking about all the people I've killed. Doing some more mining on the next day. Nothing interesting happened. What more do you want from me? Oh, look, more mining. How exhilarating. Still mining, but at least I got diamonds on day 457. Alright, the mining needs to stop. I probably have enough diamonds at this point. Yep, I played hardcore Minecraft on Christmas. Isn't my life sad? Of course I was still mining, but I found a zombie spawner, and this one should be near my main compound. I surfaced and found out that it's really not that far away. 300 blocks tops. I'm gonna convert that zombie spawner into a zombie farm, but first I have to burn down some trees. Obviously. Hey, I also found a nice use for my andesite. It might take a few days to make a proper zombie farm, but it'll probably be better than my
I love
mod
making
farm.
zombie spawner farms. Even better skeleton ones.
And now it's time to get to the business of converting this thing. I did most of the carving on day 462. I know you gotta make a big room around the zombie spawner for it to work, though I really should have consulted Google before I started on this thing. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I totally didn't. Yep, 3 days later and this whole thing is still pretty useless. Oh well, it'll still be here. I can always figure it out some other time. It's gonna be a big day today. I'm tearing down the walls. Of course, I'll be replacing the walls. The cobblestone wall has served me well, keeping out zombies, creepers, everything, but it is a little bit ugly, especially for someone like me who's been in the game almost dark. So I went to bed. This should be the last day of wall renovation. I'm excited. I finished by the time the sun went down, and I gotta say, it looks a lot nicer over here. Day 467, I redid my storage shed. I need these ocean monument blocks. I decided to redo the whole thing in quartz. I got a ton from making the nether highway, and honestly, I think the quartz looks a lot nicer next to the mine. Day 468, I took mongoose out to the ocean, and in the middle of the ocean, I built a conduit with a shack on top of it. I still need to try it, which means I need to kill drowned, and the conduit's gonna help with that.
Oh boy. It's annoying when a bunch of tridents start spamming you with a bunch of tridents, but then you get to throw one. Like Brett?
I didn't get a trident, but I got to watch the sunrise on day 469. There's another pillager outpost near my ocean connection. I burned it down at some point. I tried to make a pillager farm all day. It's not gonna work. I was fighting drowned all night and got a craving for that sweet, sweet dolphin meat. Day 470, I
Oh
tried
God.
to eat it dropped raw dolphin, but that's illegal. Oh well, I ate it anyway. It tasted delicious. Day 471, I went looking for a horse. Mongoose is good and all, but he's not that fast. I found a pretty fast one and knew just what to name him. Day 472, I got another fast one. It's time to start the breeding. And who knows, maybe with enough inbreeding, I can get a horse to rival Warthog. Day 473, I'm placing a lot of dirt. It's
Bedrock players uses potions.
all I did all day. 470.
Bedrock players can do potions and then breed horses, and then it can go fast, apparently.
Day 475, I bought some puffer fish from the wandering trader. They were 5 emeralds apiece, but money's of no concern. Maybe almost died putting them in the aquarium, but I also have a double chest full of totems. That would have been fine. Day 476, I'm finally dismantling that old road to the desert. Gross. That was pretty much it. I've been meaning to expand the cartographers, but I'll get to it later. More nether tunneling on day 477. Why? Mind your own business. There's a town about 1,000 blocks away from the main compound. I found it in the first 100 days. And I'm building a tunnel in the nether to it. And I'm already there. Like I said, wasn't too far away.
I like how you just casually see everything on fire.
Main compound. Then I'll breed them, and then the profits begin. I got my first villager on day 480, a humble farmer. Now I don't have to go all the way to L-Town if I want to get some pumpkin pie. So I named him Uber.
Man.
Day 481, I got myself a
Interesting little house.
Selling the excess smooth stone to him for emeralds. Other than that, I did some walking around the base, wondering what to do next. Well, if you don't know what to do, you can always do some mining. It's Minecraft. I also checked on that fresh new horse I bred. He's not too fast. Might have to send him to the leather factory. I got more diamonds day 483, and that was about it. Day 484, I'm trying to turn this villager into a mending librarian. Ah! A mending book! Yes! I was about to drop my entire
God,
savings on mending books, but when I came back...
That feels good when you get a mending villager.
I would have murdered him, but the dogs were watching. I just waited until it got dark, and then I yanked him. I got another mending librarian the next day, but the books were going to cost me because I killed that first guy. You know, I don't really need this emerald gate, do I? Yep, I'd much rather have 7 mending books. Started off day 486 by putting more banners on the Tree of Murder. I also updated my
Tree of Murder.
It looks nice. Oh, and just if you're wondering, it's not Christmas anymore. That was only a couple days. I've also been meaning to redo my conduit. I've never liked how it juts out of the water. I actually wanted to put it completely above water. I also installed a conduit near the swamp. It doesn't look pretty, just functional. I did some cave exploring day 488. Nothing bad happened. I went back to the desert town on day 489. I gotta make some money. I forgot that this horse was here. Well, he's useless. At night, I went to the nearby ocean looking for drowned and pufferfish. I was pretty efficient. During the day, I made money, and then at night, I went looking for drowned. Day 491, I kind of realized horse breeding sucks. so I took the best one and just named him Chief. I also put all my pufferfish in the tank. They killed the other fish. This is now definitely my favorite thing. Day 492, I got another villager at the base and turned him into a Fletcher for unlimited arrows right here. I also put quartz underneath the chests in my storage room because I care what you all think of me. Day 493, I'm clearing out some land for a villager breeder near the
Yes, he's got a shovel.
It's hard, but that's how it's gotta be. I learned that the hard way. And I was almost finished with construction on day 494. It looks pretty good for a glorified prison. You know, I could have left it boxy, but I took a whole nother day to put the roof on. Well, not the whole day. I had a little time at the end to change my horse road to diorite. Forget the villagers. I'm finishing this tomorrow. The next day, I used every single last block of diorite that I had, and it turned out perfect. I couldn't go all the way, but at least the part around my camp looks good. I spent all day 497 putting villagers inside of the breeder. I only got 2 of them. It was hard work getting them to listen to me, but at least I got to ride the minecart track through the nether. But with enough shoving, anything's possible. And day 498, I got 2 more. This is probably the last day I'm going to be grabbing villagers. There's plenty of them. It's just kind of annoying. And it was another big day today. I got 3 more villagers for a total of 7. Oh, and this is only the beginning. Oh, look, it's day 500. We're halfway there. The first thing I did was build a monument to my survival in hardcore Minecraft for all this time. I call it the Eternal Flame, and it will burn until I'm dead, which hopefully won't happen. After that, I did some farming. Gotta make those villagers procreate. By the time I handed out the rations, the villagers were tired and probably won't get to breeding today, but they'll have the carrots in their inventory, so they'll be ready. Thanks to all the new villagers on my land, now there's tons of cats that spawn all the time.
I feel him. I have a temple with a bunch of those villagers I streamed once. There are tons of cats. Crap, I have to replace all those bricks down there. Or the sandstone. That sandstone needs to be replaced with blue concrete. Yeah, I'll just leave it.
My shovel with mending and all my other stuff. I got 7 mending books now. I needed level 33 and got level 31. I don't want to AFK fish, but I might have to. I didn't give up no more mining on day 504, and I got to level 33.
I wonder if you'd ever build like a guardian farm. I've never built a farm, but like an ender. I always keep mispronouncing a guardian farm, but apparently they're like really, really good.
I'm fairly certain extending the ceiling 2 blocks was all I had to do the entire time. All right, now we're getting somewhere. And turn this entire desert into emeralds. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm still killing drowned at night. I haven't found that trident yet. Day 507, I almost had some children escape. Good thing they fear me because they ran back in. My glass supply is still vastly higher than the glass demand in this town. There's only 5 adult cartographers I can sell to, and I make way more glass than that. Won't be a problem for too much longer, though. Soon they'll start breeding with their own children. Do you like beets? No? Well, too bad. Now I've got 5 adults in the breeder, and they pretty much seem to breed on their own. I'd call that a success. I also put mending on my axe. It only cost 3 levels. I thought it would be way more. Oh, and of course I added more pufferfish. I'm sorry, but it's going to be 32 levels to enchant my boots with mending. So, all I did was fish farm for 10 days. Yeah, it felt dishonorable, but once I put mending on my god tier boots, I forgot about it. Hello, sheep. Are you using your wool? Do you mind if I borrow it? I spent all day putting beds in the breeder. It doesn't look like we need more, but we need more.
That's a lot of villagers.
Layering the beds. That's how you can really pack them in there. I'm still in an unending quest for XP, though. Gotta put mending on my pants and Tim. Day 521 marks the start of Operation Move the Animals. They're so loud, and I walk by them every day. I gotta move them. It took all day just to move the sheep. Tomorrow I'm gonna do cows and pigs. The cows moved over pretty easily. I only had to silence 1 or 2 dissenters. There were a lot more pigs, though, and of course they didn't want to cooperate. Oh, that's nice. Sweet silence. Later, I tried to breed the llamas. They ate 10 bales of hay and didn't do anything. This is why I hate them. 523 was mostly spent organizing. I have a ton of...
Does anybody actually ever farm llamas?
Dead silence with the chickens and llamas today.
Farm a leather animal, you should farm cows or hoglins, because hoglins drop a lot of pork, which can be traded for emeralds.
It's quite comfortable. I rode Chief back over to the desert town on day 525. It was a long day of profits. Everyone was tired. And of course, I didn't get the trident at night. I finally am able to sell enough glass to these cartographers that it's a viable strategy for XP, fixing my tools, and money. And with how fast these villagers breed, it's only going to get better. I went back home at night using the spruce road. I really got to light up this section. It's about time I give this zombie farm another try. I really underestimated the amount of digging that needs to take place to make one of these things work. I got the basics structure done by the end of the day, but I'm gonna need some specialty items. One of the things is ice, and I happen to know where to find some near my
Ice.
ocean shack. Tim really can't handle much of this, so I'm gonna grab as much as I can. Yeah, that was all I did all day. I took the ocean canal to save some rockets. The ice is so the zombies slide into the trap. It's genius. The rest of the day was spent messing with bubbles. Pretty fun. The bubble elevator will push the zombies up about 20 blocks, and then they'll fall into this room for an easy one-hit kill. It's working even better than expected. There's so many of them. This is gonna be some really easy XP. Clearing some more trees on day 531. I need a better entrance to the zombie spawner. In hopes of getting a trident, I tried to make it a drowned farm, but later I found out that that doesn't work on Java. You can only get tridents from naturally spawned drowned. Of course, I didn't know this, so I spent pointlessly farming drowned. But
I did not know that either.
down there. You'll buy rotten flesh for emeralds, and I get tons of rotten flesh from this thing. Day 534, I started building a Java trident farm.
What did they do with
This
it?
thing was just going to be too much work. You know, maybe if I go to 2,000 days, I can make this happen. I'm back in Blast Town today. Things seem to be going well. At night, I didn't fight drowned, but I made a little port which will make ocean access a little bit easier. I'm coming for that trident. The tridents are pretty rare. You can only get one from a drowned that has one in its hand, and even then, it's only about a 7% chance. But I'm not going to let a bunch of pixels in a game rated E10 plus beat me, so I'm still going for that trident. It didn't help that on night 537, I didn't find a single drowned. Not one in the whole ocean. I killed 4 drowned with tridents on day 538, but still nothing. Day 539, I killed a couple with tridents, but again, no luck. I didn't even do anything in the light times at day 540. Just stood there thinking angry thoughts. Joke's on me, though. I haven't slept in a while, so the phantoms came out, and you can't hunt drowned when you got phantoms on you. I didn't even start recording until the nighttime of day 541, but it didn't matter, because I didn't find a trident. I sailed the ocean blue on day 542, but I couldn't think of another rhyme, and didn't find a trident. Day 543, I never even left the boat. I didn't find a single drowned carrying a trident. By day 544, hope was running pretty thin, but at least I can go outside during the daytime. But finally at night, I killed this drowned, and he dropped his trident. However, I didn't pick it up immediately and started to panic. I got it, and you can't even fathom my happiness. Things really low on health, though, so I'm going straight back home to fix it. Though in my absolute excitement, I put mending on the trident before any other enchantments. So I had to wipe the trident clean with a wet stone, wasting a mending book. I enchanted it, put another mending book on it, and then fixed it with the zombie spawner. Also got some achievements. Day 546, I built an AFK fish farm inside of the zombie spawner. Now I can get XP and loot while waiting to get more XP and loot. It's very efficient. So that's what I did all of day 547. I would AFK fish until the zombies spawned, and then I would quickly go kill all the zombies. I got mending on Timothy, so I can fix him down here too. The last
Wait,
one on
what's
my mending
Timothy?
list was Diamond Pan.
Is that the sword?
Get ready for a summer full of light, camera,
I thought
so much.
I thought Timothy was his sword.
It cost me about 30 levels to upgrade the old ones. Wait, why does it look like I'm about to fight the Ender Dragon? Because I am on day 549. It's an achievement to resummon the Ender Dragon, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm also looking for some XP. It took all day, but being as powerful as I am, it really wasn't that difficult. Kinda lame you don't get as much XP as the first time, though. You don't get a second dragon egg either. It's a ripoff. I decided not to waste any time and went straight to the end on day 550. There's an achievement for levitating up 50 blocks, and I got that today. I wasn't too scared. I had feather falling boots. I also got myself a third elytra. It's pretty easy when you already have one. Oh, and you know I'm not going to forget that dragon head. Though getting back wiped out both elytras, so it's time to fix them in the zombie fish farmer. I put a clock down here. It helps me to tell how long I've been whacking the water. By the end of day 552, I had 2 fully charged mending elytras. So I took the first elytra I ever got and hung it on the wall. But now I'm back in the nether for another project. It's time to kill some things. Yep, I made it back to the nether fortress to kill wither skeletons. I need their skulls. Wither skeleton skulls are a pretty rare drop, though there's only a 2.5% chance that I'll get one. However, they'll spawn more frequently with more surface area of nether brick. So that's what I'm doing when I'm not killing them. Nether fortresses
True.
cover a ton of area, so I can really increase my efficiency the more nether brick I place down. But again, that skull is rare. Even after 4 days, I only got one. Though I got lucky. Day 557, I got another. And I was incredibly lucky on day 558. I got 3 skulls. I really don't deserve this. I need 9 though, so I've got to keep killing.
Wait,
Day 5
wait, did he get 5 or did he get 3?
I got another. And I was incredibly lucky on day 558. I got 3 skulls. I really don't
He
deserve
did.
this. I need 9 though, so I've got to keep killing. And day 559, I didn't get a single one. I got one on day 560 though, for a total of 6. I was down here for a while, but there's a lot of work, so time went pretty quickly. And by 562, this once sprawling nether fortress was reduced to a horizontal plane of nether brick. I'm a little more exposed with the flat ground, but I'll take more wither skeletons any day. Because on day 563, I finally got my last skull. That's 9. Now I'm taking the minecart track to the bird shack. It's time to fight the wither. I killed this thing for the first time on day 300, and honestly, it was pretty easy. I came very prepared. So I set out out with the goal of killing the Wither 3 times in a single day. I need those nether stars. And with my Smite 4 sword, even 3 Withers went down pretty easy. I'm quite amazed in myself that I killed 3 Withers and still have daylight. Those 3 Withers gave me 3 more beacons for an incredibly chunky quad beacon. I spent all of day
Chunky.
565 and 40 levels trying to get the channeling enchantment on my trident. Well, that was a waste of 40 levels. What's nice about this new beacon, though, is in the shallow caves around my compound, I get all 5 of those effects, which makes going through these caves very easy. Though if I go too deep, I'll lose them. Can't be cocky here. You know, it was definitely a pain to get this thing, but it was totally worth it. But I'm already going back to the nether on day 567. It's time to max out that beacon. I have to kill 2 more withers, which means I need 6 more skulls. It's gonna be a grind, but I'm trying to look on the bright side. I need more XP to get channeling on my trident, and I can get it here. So I spent some more days down in the nether. Yes, even 569. By day 570, I had 5 skulls just looking for that last one. And on day 571, with this solitary wither skeleton, I got my final skull. Time to kill his dad. So on day 572, I only had to kill the wither 2 times. It was pretty easy. So now I've got the strongest beacon type in the game, a sextuple beacon. And after setting it up properly, I've got all of the beacon effects maxed out. Essentially, I'm an unkillable god, so long as I'm standing near my sweet, sweet beacon. I'm going back to
Especially with
day
resistance.
573. I was attempting to get a librarian that would sell me the channeling enchantment, but as you can see, the villagers were not cooperating. The first thing I did on day 574 was try to get channeling on my trident, and I did it. Nice. After spending all that time in the nether, I decided to go out on an adventure. I've only got a couple more achievements to knock off my list, and to get them, I've got to leave the safety of my compound. So I'm just going to go straight west across the sea, looking for new biomes and new monsters. To be more specific, I'm looking for a couple of different biomes, like ice spikes, the Badlands, and a couple of other weird ones. See, I've already been to an ice biome. I need to find an ice spikes biome, which is far rarer. There's also a mushroom biome that I'm insanely excited to find, but nothing today. I'm also looking for a couple different cat variants, and on day 576, I chased down this one. It kind of looks like my real-life cat. Just a little. Can't take him with me, though. I'm a rolling stone. Maybe I'll find another one that looks just like it. One of the biomes I needed was a bamboo jungle, and I found one here. I've got to breed an ocelot for another achievement, but I don't think that's going to work with all this danger out here. Oh, look, I found a panda. I guess I can breed that. I locked him in a dirt prison and then went
Yeah,
down
breed
into
the panda. That's a achievement.
I spent pretty much all day leading him with bamboo. They're pretty slow. Pandas are fairly particular. You've got to surround them with bamboo before they'll do any mating. But once they
Really?
do that, they'll get right to it. I wish I could take one home, but I'm just too far for that. I have the coordinates, so I could always come back. I stayed in the jungle another day, hoping to find ocelots, but I only found zombies. I also found a jungle temple. It had okay loot. And by dawn the next morning, I found the Badlands. It's a great biome. The Badlands are another rare biome, and obviously you can see why. However, I didn't stay long. I've still got more to find. Day 580, I found a savannah town. They're nice, but there's nothing new here. But at night, I found a tundra and a stray, which is basically like a snowy skeleton. And it was also the last monster I needed to kill. There was also this abandoned snowy town, which was creepy, but also cool. I'm still just a man in the wilderness on day 581. I've only got 3 more biomes to find before I found them all. And I'm really not sure when I'll get a vacation like this again, so I might as well have some fun with it while I'm here. Day 582 was pretty much just a whole lot of me and my thoughts. I paddled all night, and right at dawn, biome. It's a whole biome dedicated to mushrooms.
Nice.
The only place for that, I'll need wheat, so I'll have to boat to an adjacent island to get some. The plan was to set up a very simple farm and then kill skeletons at night to get some easy wheat. And pretty quickly, I got over 40 bone meal. And before the night was even over, I was breeding mushrooms. Day 584, I was just trying to breed some polar bears. It's not possible. Don't try it. I thought it was just because I killed this one's child. At night, I found a sunken ship, and in the chest, I found a diamond. So there's that. Only thing I did all of day 585 was find a donkey. I named him Hote. Don Quixote. He's pretty slow, though. I'm faster on foot. Day 586.
Yeah, donkeys are slow.
I wasn't overrun with zombies. The villagers here, they're just so cute, little earmuffs. I also found the last cat I need, a white gentleman with different colored eyes. Of course, he can't come home with me. I'm like 10,000 blocks away, so we spent some quality time at night hissing at phantoms. The only new thing I did day 587 was bring some foxes. I was lucky they were close to each other. Day 588, I was mindlessly paddling and I dropped my sword in the ocean, and I didn't notice. It's fine, I watched the clip back and found it, but I wasted a whole day. I have no idea why there's so many drowned in this particular area, but where was this 20 days ago? And nothing notable happened on day 590. But hey, during the night nighttime of day 591, I found the Ice Spikes biome. You know, it's kind of nice if you're into ice. I was fairly certain that was supposed to be the last biome, but apparently I'm missing it. Anyway, I think it's time to go back home. I've had quite the adventure. That's why I'm mining this obsidian. I went straight west about 15,000 blocks, which means I only have to fly east in the nether for about 7,000. It only took about a day. 7,000 blocks from Elytra's not too bad. Yep, by nighttime I was back at L-Town and chilling in my pool. Day 594, I bred some donkeys. There's an achievement for breeding all of the animals, but they count as horses. Well, that was pointless, so I just killed the whole family. I also had to go grab Chief from the end shack. When I killed the Ender Dragon the second time, it respawned me back at the main compound, so I left him. Was spent creating my new three-headed dragon totem. I know you're jealous. It took all day because the first couple...
Escape to Discovery Cove. Let the rest of the world disappear as you dip below the surface and lose yourself in Orlando's all-in.
Versions just looks terrible. I know this might sound a little crazy, but I'm gonna do a raid at my main compound, so I gotta make sure my villagers are safe. I spent all day working on a locking mechanism where if I flip this lever, my villagers should be a little bit safer. And after quite a lot of wiring in day 597, every villager hut on my compound is hooked up to the same system. Day 598, I built this panic tower above the conduit. If things get hairy, I should be able to survive on the top of that thing. I also burned down some trees just to open things up a bit. At night, I tested the panic tower on an unsuspecting zombie, and it works perfectly. The zombie was lured into the water, and the conduit killed him. I quickly got bad omens.
Forgot the conduit would kill things.
The beacon powers made such a difference. This raid was the easiest one yet. Anyway, on day 600, I got the achievement for hitting a villager with a bolt of lightning. He volunteered. I spent the rest of the day making tree houses, which should help in future raids. I did another raid on day 601. I was mostly just testing my limits with the Vex with this beacon. Again, as long as I'm standing near the beacon, I'm virtually unkillable. I've also started on a second double chest full of totems. I got 7 today. Day 602, I spent all day getting Bad Omen 3 to test out a level 3 raid in the compound. Even this level 3 raid wasn't a big deal, especially with the tree houses I installed. Yep, mopped it up pretty quickly and then went over to Glasstown to cash in on my hero status. I spent all of day 604 making huge profits with the massive discount these villagers give me now. I don't really need the money though, so I decided to go back to my compound and fix up my map on day 605. All I did all day was extend the map. It'll look nice when it's done. See, I was right. I could stare at this thing all day. One of the many achievements is to eat all of the food in the game, including spider eyes. I didn't even know beet soup was a thing, but I had to eat it, and probably never will again. Day 607, I went over to L-Town to buy some suspicious stew, and when I slurped it down, it blinded me. What a useful item. And for some reason, you can also eat dried kelp. Good thing I only have to do this once. Day 608, I got that kelp real crispy, but it didn't help the taste much. And I made sure the last piece of food I had to eat was my enchanted golden apple. It's one of the rarest items in the game, and it tasted delicious. At night, I put a butcher in the camp. Farming that kelp gave me an idea. Higher level butchers will buy dried kelp blocks, so I tried to make an auto kelp farm. I couldn't get it to work, and I gave up. So day 610, I tried to make an auto bamboo farm. I should have remembered that I'm terrible. Day 611, I finally was able to breed the llamas. But as I've said before, 2 llamas is enough. And now I'm going back over to my mansion for the nearby jungle to breed some ocelots. But of course, it's going to take a whole day. I got to the jungle on day 613 and looked everywhere for ocelots, but couldn't find one. The jungle is dense, they're very small, this is going to be harder than I thought. At night, I stole the bed of this child and slept very comfortably. Here's a pro ocelot finding tip. Burn down the jungle. And with the jungle a little more thinned out, the ocelots are way easier to find. This one's going to be in this hole for a little bit, but I gave him some salmon, he'll be fine. Day 615, I got another ocelot, but the first one I found despawned. I have a plan, and it's going to involve dragging this cat through 4,000 blocks of hell. It took all of day 616 to get him home, and he really didn't cooperate. So I have the perfect name for him. I put him in the cat cage. He is
Ocelot.
4,000 blocks through the nether. It's so fun, right? It took an entire day of deforestation, but I got myself another ocelot. And I spent all of day 619 yanking this cat through the nether. And after 8 days of pretty annoying work, I was finally able to breed my my 2 ocelots and got the achievement for breeding every animal. I decided to just leave them in the hole until I can think of something more creative. Day 621, I'm going to attempt the Furious Cocktail achievement.
Oh my
It's
god.
for having every potion effect applied at the same time, and I think I can do it today. I really made sure
Just
I
have a
had everything
splash
before I
potion
started,
machine.
but I was still nervous I wouldn't get it. But I did. The invisibility potion is now my new favorite thing. Now I just have to find one last biome, and I'll have all of the achievements. Day 622, I wanted to put looting 3 on my sword, but it's gonna cost 37 levels, so I think it's time for another raid. But again, as long as I stay near my beacon, I'm essentially unkillable. The raid was done by nighttime the next day. There were no profits on day 624, though I was increasing my infrastructure to make more glass. But of course, that just means I'm gonna need more sand, so day 625, I spent all day shoveling. What's nice though is my shovel has mending, so after a long day of shoveling, I can fix it right back up. The sugarcane farm has proved invaluable in this whole system though. Cartographers will initially level up by selling them paper, and that's what sugarcane is for. The alternative is buying very expensive maps, so I saved a lot of emeralds. I was no longer a hero on day 627, but my elytra needed some juice, so I sold a little bit more glass. I still need 2 more levels before I can put looting 3 on my sword though, so I'm gonna need this sand. I was just on my way to start another raid when Chief and I fell down a large hole. Everything appeared to be fine. Chief lived and I kept the lava, but when I got back on him, he was pushed into the lava, and I didn't have enough time to react. Well, at least I have something to take my aggression out on. I'm gonna miss him. He was a great horse. But I'm mostly sad I have to use Mongoose now. Day 629, I did a raid. It didn't really cure my depression. Though seeing the Tree of Murder like this kinda helped, even though it was my fault the chief died. I'm still profiteering on day 631. I think the only thing that'll make me feel better is another beacon. And you know, shoveling takes my mind off things. Day 632, I spent all day building another quad auto furnace. That makes 8 of them. Though I can't even use it yet because I don't have access to enough fuel. Day 633, I flew back to the camp with Bad Omen 3 and started another raid. The raid took 2 days, but on day 634, I found out that if I stand below my conduit, no amount of vex can kill me. Day 635 was 100% filled with shoveling. I've got to fill up that second quad auto furnace. And after another full day of shoveling on day 636, I wasn't even near my max level of sand. So of course the next day I went straight back to shoveling. It's exhilarating! I'm still nowhere near full on sand, but I've got enough to last me a while, that's for sure. Day 638, I began construction on a second mega beacon on the other end of the compound. I'm missing 3 emerald blocks, but as fast as I can get them, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I also had 53 enchanting levels, so I tried to get an Unbreaking 3 book for my elytra. But of course, that's quite a lot of levels, so now I have 2 elytras with Unbreaking 3. That means at full durability, I could fly for 57 minutes uninterrupted. Day 639, I sold off some of my smooth stone to pay for the rest of that beacon.
I thought they the durability of a elytra depended on how many rockets you use. I thought it never went down when you used the decline.
Sword now, so instead of a 2.5% chance to drop a skull, it's now a 5.5. And on the very first day being down in the nether, I got 3 skulls, tying my best day ever. This looting 3 sword is the greatest thing I've ever made. Day 641, I got another 3 skulls. I only got 2 skulls on day 642, but that's because I was mostly expanding the fortress. And day 643, all I did was expand the fortress. Day 644 was a really great day. Got 3 skulls, so we're back on track. But then, on day 645, a new record, 13th Wither Skeleton Skull, and now I can go back home. I held him in my hands the whole way home. I was proud.
That's what she said.
It's time to vanquish the Wither 6 times in one day. I did it no problem. I'm becoming more of a boss than he is. So now I've got 2 Sex Temple beacons. It required about 4,500 emeralds to make, not to mention 12 withers. And all for a little bit more superpower coverage. I think it's worth it. Now it's time to break in the new beacon with a level 3 raid, and I used Fork to get Bad Omen 3. I only got Bad Omen 2 by the end of the day, but I had a ton of fun throwing a trident at people. The level 3 raid started on the early morning of day 651. 90% of the compound is covered by beacon effects at this point, but I've got 300 more days. I could make it 100. I finished up the raid on day 652 with ease.
My money should work as hard as I do. That's why I use my Freedom Unlimited card every time I...
That's why over 40 million customers have made Harbor Freight America's #1.
It is actually a pretty good place to shop.
Second double chest of totems is getting pretty full. I went to Glass Town later. I'm not building a beacon anytime soon, but it's nice to have some spare cash. Day 653, I built another portal in Glass Town. I'm gonna use this lava to burn my 8 furnaces hot and long. It's a little treacherous, but I've killed the Wither 12 times. I shouldn't fear pigment. It's amazing I personally know 20 cartographers, but I'm just now figuring out you can make bigger maps. Not for me today. Later, I made a pyramid of hay. Just a whole day of nothing productive. Seeing how fast I can carve through blocks with a beacon makes me really want one down in the mines. Sometimes it works in caves, but again, not always. Day 656,
You have to place it down at like the bottom of the world.
here for the tracks. This saves me a lot of iron. And no, I'm not making an iron golem farm. Who do you think I am? Day 657, I made my cactus disposal system. I'm gonna use it to get rid of these books, and it won't burn down my house because it doesn't use lava. I did a little bit of mining on day 658 too. I've got to keep my other auto furnaces full of cobblestone. My pickaxe
My
is getting torn
dog
up,
is
so
being
I mined
annoying.
in the nude for better healing. Even though I had no armor on, nothing bad happened. I'm pretty good about lighting my mine up. I've got a week before day 666, so it's time to spruce up my nether hub. I'm gonna keep most of the bottom part cobblestone. There's historical value in it. This is fairly dangerous, but I'm making a shaft that goes all the way down to lava for easy access. It's good fuel. I was very careful about the whole procedure, but if I'm being honest, I have a lot of fire-resistant armor, so even if I fall in, I'll probably live. However, even though I was fairly certain I wouldn't die, any construction in the nether always makes me feel a little nervous. By the end of the day, I got the basic structure done. It's not idiot-proof, but it'll work. Day 662, I finished up the whole system with some glass. I have a pretty much unlimited supply. You know, it kind of looks like it belongs there, and I can't wait to use all this lava. And at night, I mined up some grass blocks with Tim. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna try my best to build a fairly normal-looking house down here in the nether. It'll even have a nice soft grass lawn. It's got everything, even some nice oceanfront views. Though if you know anything about real estate, you'll know it's all about location. Because even though the house is pretty nice, most of my lawn is still on fire. I did some more landscaping on day 665. Grass will grow here, it just takes a little longer. Dry climate. I also installed a hopper system by the front gate, so when I kill my neighbors, all of the loot will drop into a convenient location. Day 666, I trapped a zombie pigman. He will be the butler. See, everything a normal house has. And after some landscaping, it's not looking too bad for a foreclosure. I'm still working on the Hell Shack day 667, installing a blue sky. I only did a little. I didn't have too much ice, and I wasn't sure if it was going to melt. I got a lot more ice the next day. Tim's a lot stronger now. Yep, just mined ice all day. A sky's work. Forecast is looking like a wet day 669. I was just extending my storage room when I found a cave connected to it. This thing is right under the monster spawner and could be why it's so slow. Hey, it's already a little bit faster. Look at that. And bread rations came in today, so there was a lot of celebrating. Good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Back at the fixer-upper, and I planted some trees. I don't know how I didn't think of this sooner. Hey, looks pretty good from certain angles. But after some birch trees, grasses, and flowers, it's really become something. Though I will have to figure out some way to deal with the neighbors. Oh, it's also got a menacing storage room that I never showed you. Is that prophet's eye smell? I made a lot of money, but didn't record it for tax purposes. Day 673, I'm back home. No setting up some shulker boxes. It's time for another adventure. However,
Finally, we got this thing done.
thunderstorming, so it's
Now it's
time
time
to
to.
get some monster heads. If you hit a creeper with lightning, he'll become far more powerful. A charged creeper. And if that charged creeper explodes and kills a monster, the monster's head will fall off. It's dangerous business, and I felt really uncomfortable the whole time. But now I have a skeleton skull. This is nice. I put it in my treasure room, next to Tor's and Elbaton.
Break this glass and I'll kill you.
Time to adventure. I went west before, and now I'm going east. How convenient. I built a road. All I have to do is find one more biome. Then I'll have all of the achievements in the game. Problem is, I don't know what that biome is, so I might be out here for a while. I found some more Badlands on the morning of day 676, pretty close by. And I was simply running around when I got the achievement for exploring all of the biomes. I'm pretty sure I've been to a Badlands plateau before, but whatever. I built a little house to celebrate, and I'm gonna mine up some Badlands resources. I mostly farm terracotta. There's tons of different colors. It's a fun area. The naturally spawning mine shafts are a nice touch. I spent 2 days mining it. I have the coordinates, so I could always come back, but I don't know when that's gonna be. Speaking of going back, it's time to go home. And after just a short bit of flying, I was back at a friendly nether portal. Day 679, I'm installing my new Terracotta Floors. I'm gonna DIY and save some money. Getting the pattern right can take a second, but the floors do turn out nice. I got lots of terracotta, and I'm planning on using it. The base floor, I did black terracotta, and it looks classy. Still just working on the floor. Day 680, there's a lot of rooms. But by the end of the day, I pretty much understood how to get the pattern right. The front yard I did in green terracotta, and it turned out better than I expected. And it's finally time to get rid of this coal and redstone floor in the basement. What was I thinking? Light blue terracotta works down here. Day 682, I was breeding my bees. How do I still not know how these work? I also shoveled up some clay. I'm gonna have to make some of my own terracotta. It's gonna be a bit before the cotta's done cooking, and honestly, I'm kind of sick of flooring.
I'm gonna take a break here. Maybe when I get back, I'll finish this, put some chests in here, label the floors, label these floors, and then I'll probably build one more building, hopefully, if I can even do it today. And I might make like a little tiny park right there. I don't know. Or even like a mini building. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna